Savannah here, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Welcome if you are a new viewer. That's awesome. My name again is Savannah, and I am the dyer behind Sewlivi Dyes Yarn. So these yarns right here on the wall, those are all in my shop right now on my website. Everything is linked down below in the description box. If you are using, I guess, a computer or a mobile device, if you're watching me on TV, you will not be able to access that, unfortunately. But anyways, everything's linked down below: my website, my social medias, and then everything I talk about today should be linked down below. Editing does take a little while for me, as in I film this and then I won't get to edit it until later in the day or even the next day. It really just depends on how things go. So yeah, this one will probably go up a little bit later now that we're back at school. This I did not knit. I got this from H&M before I started knitting. So yeah, but it is very much just like everything we knit, though. It is a chunky sweater, cropped. It's got this big neck, but I like it folded down a little bit better. Anyways, it is November 29th, Monday, almost 9 o'clock in the morning. Kids are back at school. That means I get to go back to work for a few weeks until the holiday break. So yeah, Thanksgiving week was good. We didn't do much. We did have a friend's Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving or whatever, like we do every year, which was fun. Was about it. We just ate and hung out and then went home. I do have a little bit of a cough, so I will try not to do it too much in this video. I think editing it all out would be, I could try, but I don't know how well that'll work. So anyways, I also cleaned up my space down here a little bit for the anticipation of my parents coming to visit, but sadly they had to postpone that visit. So, but at least I cleaned up, and I ended up lining up a majority of my, what are these? These are my projects, my knitting projects. I lined them up on the back of the couch here. I have one more here that I've been working on. I have one over there that's just on my mannequin. And I think that's it. And then the rest are right here. And I do have a couple more whips, to be honest, in bags. But those are kind of like UFOs, unfinished objects, as in I'm not working on them. They're probably going to get frogged at some point, ripped out, but they've just been sitting there for over a year now. So, but these are my whips. They're not all active whips. Like I haven't worked on this one forever, or this one forever, or this one, or this one, or that one. Yeah, it's just they're here though. They're sitting in front of my face so that I see them, and I am doing what I can do. Anyways, so I have finishes, whips, just one piece of haul, I believe. That is it. It is a very low-key video today. I do have a little bit of, like, I guess kind of pseudo plans to talk about, but other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. So let's go ahead and get into it. I do have 2 finishes since last week. 2 finishes. We'll start with this one. So I finished, oh sorry, it's wrinkly, my Amory sweater by Isabel Kramer. Finished this one. It is wrinkly because I put it on and then I took it off and threw it on top of my dresser. Not so nicely. Put some wrinkles in there. Okay, so this sweater, the Amory, I think that's how you pronounce it. Oh gosh, I forgot when I started this. I should have probably looked. It's all my Ravelry. If you want to take a gander over there to see. I wish I would have at least wrote it down. I should have done that. Sorry. Anyways, so my Amory, I finished this. I did not do as many of the lace repeats. I did 2 less than called for, and I did 3/4 length sleeve instead of full length sleeve, only because I knew I'd be pulling them up a lot anyways. So they hit right about here on me, which is really nice. Yeah, so the yarn for this is Knit Picks Gloss, lace weight in the colorway Pine. So it is a lace weight held, you know, you don't hold it double or anything. Lace weight yarn on a US 4 needle. It felt like it took me forever to knit this, but it really only took me 34 days because I do track what I work on each day so I can total up the days per month. And it took me a total of 34 days to knit this sweater, which isn't bad at all. That's usually my range for sweaters, 30 to 40 days. But yeah, it did end up a little bit tighter on me than I expected, but I think that's just because obviously my body is different than Isabel Kramer's. So this fit, and you know, the yarn I used is different than what she used, but it is a little bit more form-fitting than I expected, and that's okay. It's nice. It's comfortable. It's soft. That yarn has it's merino and silk, so it's really soft and nice. I just haven't worn it anywhere yet, so yeah. And then my other finish is another sweater. This is the Felix Pullover by Amy Christoffers. Last time I showed you, I believe I was here. I believe that's where the Progress Keeper was. So I finished up the body, and I finished the first sleeve on Thanksgiving, and then I finished the second sleeve on Friday, I think. It took me a total of 10 days to knit this, which was really good. I probably could have done it in less days, but I did finish the Amory in the middle of this one. I needed to start this one only because I had the yarn for over a year. I'd been meaning to make it, and I wanted something that was not fingering weight or lace weight to work on. I wanted something that was going to be quicker, kind of like a palette cleanser type of, you know, deal going on here. I have this little piece that just keeps wanting to, I should trim it, but I don't want to yet. Anyways, this is a really, really nice sweater. The pattern's great, easy to follow. This was super nice. The yarn I used is Let Lopey in Ash Heather. So it's very rustic. It is very hairy. I don't think you can see that very well. It's very hairy. It is a little scratchy around here, but it's not terrible. I did wear this yesterday for a while. I wore it out to eat, and then we went shopping for a little bit, and I wore it the whole time. And yesterday was around the 60s. It wasn't uncomfortable necessarily. It's just I did get a bit itchy around there, especially every time like the seatbelt would like adjust. That kind of irritated. But yeah, this was really, really nice to knit. I might need to knit another one at some point in maybe a different yarn. But yeah, this is knit with, it's recommended to use Let Lopey, which is, I think, like a worsted weight yarn. And then it's on a US 10 needle. US 9? No, it's a US 10. So it goes really fast. Really, really fast. So yeah, I'm super happy to have this done as well. I have 2 sweaters. That's crazy. So those are my 2 finishes. So the whip I decided to work on, so I kind of stuck with the monogamy thing, working on one thing-ish. I did start something else because I'll tell you in a minute. But I decided to pick up my, what is this called? The Whitmore cardigan. Whitmore cardigan by Amy Loudon of Taylor S Studios. I figured, hey, let's just get the body done on this. And we can, you know, keep the trend up of being on Sleeve Island at some point. So I'm almost there. I am almost there, guys. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen my stories about this yesterday. I tried it on and was determining how long I want to make it, because there are two versions, a short and a long version. So after talking about it on my stories, I went back and reread some of the, the instructions, and I realized that after the last buttonhole rows, I still had to knit another 10 rows. So I was like, oh, that's longer than I thought. So that should work out just fine for me to do the shorter version. I think I did accidentally throw in 2 more rows. I think I miscounted, but that's fine. Doesn't hurt anything. So yeah, I finished up the last button band on the body, or the button, I guess the buttonhole that is called for in the body. And then I did put in a lifeline, as you can see here, right before I did the decrease row and started the ribbing for the bottom. I put that in there just in case it did end up a little too short. Sorry, there was a notification. If it's too short for my liking, I can always rip back and make it longer. I just don't want it to be too long, to be honest. Yeah, I don't want it to be too long. So I think this will be a good length. I know you can't really see. I think it'll be a good length. It is scrunched up on the needles too. Plus, it could grow with blocking, since this is mohair and superwash yarn held together. It could potentially grow. So I'm not too worried, but like I said, I put in a lifeline just in case I do want to. If it's too short, I can always rip it back. What else did I wanted to say? Oh, okay. So, I mean, you can kind of tell, but not really. That's where I was the last time I showed you, I should say. I did put in another, what is it called? So I had to add another ball of yarn. Sorry, I was sitting up too high. Another ball of yarn, and didn't notice until a little bit into it that you can kind of see a little bit of a difference. Luckily not too much, but there is more blue on the bottom than there is on the top. I don't know. I could notice it in some areas because mostly it's this, because there's that chunk of like purple, and then there's no more of that purple-ish, and it worried me for a minute, but I did not want to rip back because I was already way down in this area, and it had been a while. I did not want to rip back. So I am nervous about the sleeves. I'm not sure if I want to cake up, some more of the yarn and then alternate the skeins. I don't know if I want to do that. I have this much left so far. I mean, I have to finish the ribbing. This much of these. I don't know if this is enough to make 2 sleeves, because they are bishop sleeves. So you just knit, and then it's they're longer, and then you scrunch them in. So it's a big puffy sleeve. I'll probably have to make another cake. I don't know. So I don't know. I've never alternated skeins. I've never helical knitted. I know it sounds easy. I guess I'm a little worried to have so many balls of yarn going at one time, Granted, this project right here has like 5 balls of yarn at one time. Yeah. I don't know. I should probably do it right. Alternate the sleeves so that there's not a big weird difference. Because this, I can kind of get away with it because it does blend okay. I don't know. Other than that, the yarn that I'm using for this is my yarn, Sewlivi Dyes yarn. It is Artemis, the colorway Artemis. It's part of the Lore Olympus Color of the Month Club. So this was the May colorway, which is available for dyed to order if you are interested. I do not have the mohair base. I just have the fingering base or a DK base for this yarn. But yeah, I'm getting there. So I guess this is kind of my focus. I'm going to be on Sleeve Island again soon. I seem to be there quite often, which is funny. New start? That's not the new start. Where's my new start? No, it's this one. So I started my Christmas socks early, my December socks. The Rainbow Sock Chronicles. I've been doing this all year. It is a sock knit along. And each month is based off of a color. So we started with like pink and we went all the way to purple, and then we had 3 months left. So October, November, December were free months. You can pick whatever you want. I decided to do Christmas colors because I had these 2 skeins of yarn. I think I showed them last week, right? Yeah, these 2. I had these in my stash. These are round table yarns in the Maying and Poisoned Apple colorway. And so I thought they'd be perfect to do the socks for December. I started early though, the day after Thanksgiving, because that's when Sockmas started. Sockmas is a knit along by Natalie of Nitty Natty, and I wanted to participate in it, kind of like, you know, just, I don't know, just wanted to participate in that. So I started my socks early, which disqualifies me from the month of December, but I can still submit them. I don't qualify, which is fine. I don't care. But yeah, so I started these. I am actually not doing them in the stripe pattern like I thought I would. I thought I was just going to stripe the colors. I decided to get the pattern called Plaid Blanket Socks. It is by Dana Ray. Dana Ray Makes. You can't find this pattern by itself. It's actually part of a set called Knitting with Besties. So you get 2 sock patterns, and then this one was in there. It's called the Plaid Blanket Socks, and I really like the way that they looked when Natalie of Nitty Natty, she used this pattern for her for a pair of her Halloween socks. So she used a mini set. Her socks are like a dark gray, and then she has like 3 or 4 colors, maybe even 5 colors, and she used those for this pattern, and they look lovely. So I thought, hey, why not use this pattern to make these socks? And I can alternate. One sock will be mainly red and the other one will be mainly green. So I got it started, not too far into it. And this is what it looks like. It's pretty simple. It's just pearls and slips. And knitting as well. So it's not that difficult. Yeah, I don't know how tall I will make my socks. In the pattern, her socks are 4 of these, 4 repeats of this section right here. So I'm in the middle of the second one. I'm not sure if I want to make them as tall. I mean, they'd be cute, especially sticking out of like some boots or something. But I'm a lazy sock knitter. I really am. If I can get them done faster, I will. So I don't know if I'll just do 2 repeats and then keep going. Also, this pattern, I got to figure out how I'm going to do the foot. Because, you know, when I do a normal vanilla sock, I know how many rounds to do for my foot, so I don't have to worry about measuring. with it being a pattern like this, I got to figure out how many rounds it is, so I know how many repeats to do. It's my brain probably overthinking it. So, but also this comes with a heel flap and gusset with the pattern, which I don't mind knitting if the pattern is written out for, you know, like if it's written out and I can try to follow it. But I was wearing some socks that I made earlier in the year yesterday, and it had a heel flap and gusset, and they were too big, you know, too long in the foot. So I am still unsure of how many rounds to knit with a heel flap and gusset for my size. I don't know. It's something I'm still working out, obviously. So we'll see what kind of heel I do, after that heel or heel flap and gusset. Sorry. But yeah, that is what I'm doing. So this yarn is actually a MCN, which is merino cashmere nylon. It's really nice and soft to work with. Really like it. So yeah, so the other sock will be red and then green with the red stripes. I think that'd be super cute. Some fun Christmas socks. So that was my new start. I need to get working on those because I think the Sockmas knit along ends December 17th, and you have to have both socks done for this. So I need to get on that. But yeah, a little bit of haul real quick. I got another skein of the ampersand fibers. This is in the Pompadour 01 colorway. She finally got it back in stock. So I'm putting that in I'm going to cake it up and put it in my Straya at a 4th striped color, because I think this is my main color. And then I think the pink would look really well with the rest of the, look at that. I think the pink would look really well with these 4 colors. Well, these 3 colors plus the main color. So I ordered one of those. And it came Tuesday, I think. So yeah, also I finished spinning my fiber this week in anticipation of my fiber advent that's hopefully shipping soon. It has not shipped yet. I'm hoping it ships soon. But yeah, I finished this. I actually, what is it called? Chain plied this. I probably shouldn't have, because I think it ended up close to a worsted weight yarn. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know how much yardage I have here, because while I try my best to count my yardage, as I'm taking it off, after I ply it, I have to, this ended up being 4 like little skeins because my bobbins are so small. After like the first 2 that I was winding off the bobbin, I kind of forgot to count how many loops around my niddy noddy, which ended up being amazing. Having that thing is amazing, but I forgot to count, so I don't know how much yardage. I do know I have 114 grams, I think, of this fiber, and I kind of wanted to make a muscle burra out of it, but I don't know if that'll work. So we'll see. So this fiber is from Busy Bee Fibers. I got it on Etsy, but she actually has a website, so I'll try to link that as well. This is called Fireworks, and it's 70% merino, 30% recycled sari silk. That's what the colored bits are. So yeah, I have it all caked up. I just haven't started yet. I kind of started reading the pattern and then got highly confused. I know it's super easy. Everybody knits it. But I wasn't, I guess, in my right mind frame to start it. So it's just sitting there for now. At some point, hopefully soon, I will get that cast on and going if I can make a decision. I just hope it's enough yarn for it. We'll see. We will see. Okay, and then other plans. So I wanted to revisit my knitting wish list that I made earlier in the year. It is very destroyed, but I ended up knocking off 3 of the sweaters, which was awesome. But this recycled. I decided that I wanted to probably do a make 9 next year. I mean, granted, I want to get all these finished too, but I figured I could make myself a little make 9, which means these 9 projects I want to start in 2022. So I picked some that have actually been on my like to knit list for a while. So I took 3 sweaters off of here. I'm probably going to start some other ones because I do have, you know, other sweaters I do want to knit. But this is like a guideline for me to try. To keep myself on track and not overwhelm myself. So I have, this one is the Traveler Pullover. It's by Tiff Nealon. I've had this pattern and the yarn for over a year now. I just haven't started it. This one is Tanis Fiber Arts and it's called Skylights. I did start this. Oh, I need to check the time. Okay. I did start this once a while back, but I had to rip it out because the yarn was not the right. It was too dark. You couldn't see the big cable. There's a big cable panel on the front. You couldn't see it because the yarn was too dark. So I do have yarn that I dyed for it in a lighter color. And so I'd like to restart this one. And then this one is called Laurel, and it is by, this is too small for me to read. And I think it's in French. But the pattern's called Laurel. It is a colorwork sweater, and I have yarn for that as well. Actually, my friend Jen, she purchased the yarn for me, but, you know, I paid her for it. But it's Spun Right Round or Spin Cycle. I forget. So it's fancy yarn. So I want to use it and get that knit up. So yeah, those are the 3 sweaters I picked to at least, you know, get those ones started next year. Those are like top priority. And then I picked 3 shawls. So this one is another Tiff Nealon project. It's called the Wanderlust Wrap. I have had the yarn for this one for a while too, for over a year now. This one is the Half and Half Triangle Wrap by Pearl Soho. And then this one's called Giselle, I believe, by Cameo. Oh, I don't remember. So it's a mohair and then a mohair lace on top and then a garter half as well. So it's like a half and half, but different. So that's kind of on there. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. And then the last 3 are kind of like accessories, I guess. I got 2 socks and some mitts. So these are the Underwing mitts by, I don't know who. Honestly, I forgot. But I've wanted to make these for a while. I think I saw them last year and I just haven't done it yet, but they're beautiful. These socks are the Nello House Socks by Tiff Nealon. So Tiff Nealon, Tiff Nealon, Tiff Nealon. Can you see a thing? I love Tiff Nealon's patterns. I've wanted to make these for a while too. I just have not picked yarn for them yet. And then these last ones right here are called Alley Socks by S-Knits. I just received the yarn for these a couple weeks ago from Explorer Knits. So I got those exact colors because I really love that. I really love that pattern and those colors. So yeah, these are kind of like my make 9 for next year, or at least hopefully get them made so they're off the, you know, they're off the list, out of my stash that's back there. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this all goes. I have so many objects I want to knit, and then new things come out, and then I was like, ooh, shiny new things. No, I need to work on the things that have been in my stash for a while. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm keeping this one short because I have to go to work. And obviously I finished 2 things and I haven't really been pushing myself real hard lately. Just trying to take it easy with the knitting. I need to Obviously, like I said, I have a lot here. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. If I can pop this down to just 3, that'd be fantastic. But we'll see. Doubt that would happen. Really, honestly, doubt it. Okay, so that's it, guys. I do hope you have a fantastic week. I hope your Thanksgiving, if you celebrated, was lovely and not too chaotic that Thanksgivings can be. And yeah, Vlogmas starts in just a couple days. I'll be honest if I said I'm not looking forward to trying to do it, but at the same time, I want to show you the things. So, we'll see, right? Okay, guys, have a great one. Bye.